50 states in 50 days, and we're in Missouri today. So what about the future of a St. Louis native? Let's talk about Bradley Beal, signed for 2 more years there in Phoenix. Second year as a player option, also has a no trade clause. So what's the latest on his future with them?
Yeah, Bradley Beal owed $111 million over the next 2 years. Of course, Phoenix tried to move him at the deadline. That no trade clause did become a hindrance here. Hannah, I think we're looking at a breakup between both Beal and the Phoenix Suns. And similar to what we saw with Damian Lillard, people are going to get used to that waiver and stretch provision here. If you look at it for Beal, a potential $20 million cap hit in Phoenix. Remember, this is a team that's been buried in the luxury tax, have been buried in the second apron. By reducing that Beal number, they get out of both of those numbers.
What if I told you a $111 million superstar might soon be available for any team that wants him? The Phoenix Suns are drowning in luxury tax trouble, and Bradley Beal, the same player with a no-trade clause who seemed untouchable just months ago, is now heading for a buyout that could shake up the NBA. And yes, the Lakers are already circling. But this isn't just about money. It's about desperation, broken promises, and a franchise ready to part ways with its second highest paid player. According to NBA insider Bobby Marks, Beal is owed $111 million over the next 2 years, and the Suns even try to trade him at the deadline. That no-trade clause, once meant to protect Beal, is now a problem for Phoenix. The Suns are buried in the luxury tax, trapped in the second apron. By buying out Beal, they could save up to $200 million. That's not just money. It's franchise-changing relief. Here's the kicker nobody's talking about. In the last 6 seasons, Beal has never played more than 60 games in a single season. You're paying $111 million for a guy who can't even stay healthy most of the year. That's not just bad business. It's borderline organizational malpractice. The writing has been on the wall for months. Bobby Marks says it's clear. Beal and the Suns are heading for a breakup, similar to what we saw with Damian Lillard. The Suns are done pretending this marriage could work. But this isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's personal. Reporters uncovered the not-so-great state of the Suns organization, and it got revealing. Beal had been hearing his name in trade rumors for months, even with his no-trade clause. When asked about it, he was brutally honest. He felt disrespected. Think about that. You're making $50+ million a year, and you feel disrespected by your own team. Why? Because he had been demoted to a sixth-man role for a significant stretch. The same guy they gave a massive contract to was coming off the bench while trade rumors swirled daily. Beal explained it didn't make sense to move mid-season, like Kevin Durant before him. He didn't want to uproot his family. He has a wife and young kids. You can't just pack up and leave when you've built a life somewhere. But here's the crucial part. Summer changes everything. There are more options, more possibilities, more leverage. That's exactly what's happening now. But here's where it gets really complicated. And it's something most fans don't understand, that there's a quirk in NBA rules that's crucial to this situation. A team cannot have more than 15% of the salary cap in dead money at any time. The Suns have already waived and stretched E.J. Liddell and Nasser Little in previous years. Those 2 players count for about $3.8 million in dead money this year. The maximum a team can have in dead money this year is around $23 million. Here's the math that changes everything. Bradley Beal, owed about $110 million, has to give back at least $13 to $14 million just to make a buyout legal. Basically, the Suns will end up with about the same dead cap hit that the Bucks had with Damian Lillard. But because of the Suns' previous financial moves, they need Beal to cooperate financially for this to work.
Typically, a buyout is a guy gives back the money he's getting on his next deal. You know, I don't know. Is there a situation now where Beal can get $14 million? Is there a team that has the full non-taxpayer mid-level? I don't see one that would.
There's a few teams that
would make sense for him.
I mean, I don't know how far in a realm go it.
Yeah, I'm not looking for
aggregation. I don't know how far I want to go into the realm of speculation.
Okay, my point is
this. There's a couple of places he could go.
Well,
my point is this is
real quick.
a unique
He
buyout.
doesn't have to get he doesn't have to get if he's let's just say for the sake of the discussion, he's leaving $14 million on the table and he wants to be whole. Because, for example, DeAndre Ayton didn't quite get whole. He was a couple of million short of being whole, but he went from being a possible third stringer in Portland to starter in LA.
A buyout usually works like this. A player gives back some of the money he's owed to make the deal happen. But here's the big question. Is there a team that can realistically give Beal $14 million? It's complicated, but here's the key. Beal doesn't need to make it all in 1 year. He just needs to make the $14 million over 2 years. That opens up many more landing spots. And that's where the Lakers come in. LeBron James is in the final year of his contract, and his agent Rich Paul has been sending some interesting signals. LeBron wants to compete for championships, but he knows the Lakers are building for the future. Here's the fascinating part. Only 2 players in the NBA have a no-trade clause, LeBron and Beal. Both control their own destiny, and both are on teams that might not be championship ready right now. The Lakers just signed DeAndre Ayton, a step in the right direction, but they're still looking for another center, shooting, and point guard depth. They have $40 million in expiring contracts and a valuable 2031 first-round pick, plus flexibility in 2026, where they could potentially sign 2 max-level players to join Luka Doncic. Rob Pelinka has said since last season that the Lakers need a lob threat and defensive anchor, but what they really need is another scorer who can take pressure off LeBron in year 23 of his career. This Bradley Beal situation is part of a bigger trend in the NBA. Look at the veteran free agent market right now. Chris Paul, Al Horford, and potentially Beal are all elite players who could be available for far less than their true value. Chris Paul just played all 82 games for San Antonio, averaging over 7 assists per game. He's had talks with the Bucks, but he prefers to stay on the West Coast. The Clippers and Suns have shown interest, but imagine if the Lakers could land both Beal and Chris Paul in the same summer. Al Horford is weighing multiple options too: Warriors, Lakers, or even retirement. At 39 and after 18 seasons, he's exactly the kind of veteran presence championship teams need. Meanwhile, the restricted free agent market has dried up. Josh Giddey, Jonathan Kuminga, Quinn and Grimes, and Cam Thomas are all still unsigned because there's no cap space for offer sheets. That makes veterans like Beal even more valuable. Here's the harsh truth nobody wants to say. LeBron James is 39. This could be his last real shot at another championship. The Lakers know it. LeBron knows it. And Rich Paul knows it. When Rich Paul said LeBron wants to compete for championships while the Lakers plan for the future, that wasn't just agent talk. That was a warning. LeBron has a no-trade clause, and he's made it clear he's not interested in a rebuild. The Lakers are in a unique position, and this summer could define everything the Lakers have: a market appeal, financial flexibility, and championship tradition to attract a player like Bradley Beal. But there's pressure. They need to maximize what could be LeBron's final elite season. Think about the fit. Beal is a proven scorer who can create his own shot, play alongside superstars, and is at the stage in his career where winning matters more than stats or jersey numbers. The Lakers could offer Beal something Phoenix never could: a realistic path to a championship. LeBron facilitating, Anthony Davis dominating inside, and Beal providing elite shooting and scoring. That's a big three that could compete with anyone in the West. But here's what makes this so unpredictable. Beal has all the power. He's got a no-trade clause, he's about to be bought out, and he can choose where he wants to play. The Lakers might want him, but can they give him the role and playing time he expects? The buyout is coming. The only question: how much money will Beal give back, and where will he land? Phoenix is ready to move on and save $200 million in luxury tax penalties. The Lakers want to give LeBron one more championship run. This isn't just about one player or one team. It's about the new CBA, luxury tax penalties, and veteran superstars taking less money for championship opportunities. It's about organizations being held accountable for massive contracts that don't deliver results. The Lakers are perfectly positioned: cap space, veteran leadership, championship culture. If they land Beal, they instantly become legitimate title contenders. Miss out, and they're stuck with the roster that disappointed last season. While LeBron gets older, the dominoes are falling. The phones are ringing. The next 48 hours could reshape the NBA landscape. Bradley Beal is about to become the most coveted buyout candidate in recent memory, and the Lakers are ready to pounce. The clock is ticking, the money is on the table, and championship dreams are hanging in the balance. What do you think? Should the Lakers go all in on Bradley Beal? Or is this just another expensive mistake waiting to happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for all the latest NBA drama.